day working on the car. So we're going to do some custom taillights. Full custom, man. Full custom. First thing you're going to need is knifed tape. Or is it knifless tape?
Knifless.
Oh shit. This is knife tape. You don't want that. I hate when there's fucking knives in your tape. You don't want that. You want this knifless tape. You don't know what this is either, do you?
I've never seen this.
So I'm going to tell you and everyone else how
Yeah, well, look at it.
knifeless tape.
Knifless tape. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable.
It's so hard to find these days. Every time.
Did the other one have a knife in it?
Yeah, look.
Actually, Jesus, who does that?
So yeah, need to fucking, the whole place needs to be swept. And yeah, so I think most people who modify Subarus this generation of WRX don't really like this white thing, because I think these lights are really cool. They're all LED, the shape of them, I love the colour, I love everything. And then this is from like the 90s. You've got these horrible lines and you can see an orange bulb in there. It's such a pity they didn't go like LED. LED, just converting them is going to cost you like $200+. It's just not worth it, I don't think. So I'm going to say something that I haven't really seen. A lot of people tint them black, a lot of people just do them all red, or don't like them when they're all red. It just loses the kind of cool shape. Because if you know the concept for this car, this was all like body colored, and I did think about doing that, but you need to like, I was thinking about like maybe making a piece, but I think it would actually make the car look a bit narrower, and then you'd also have to do like your reverse light maybe down there, and you'd have to turn those into indicators, which again costs a lot of money. There's a kit you can get, but it is really cool. You turn that into the indicator. But I'm going to try this anyways. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this line with our knifeless tape. Yes, got that one right. Follow this line, and we're going to make this red. I've already tried it out, and we like to look, and it likes to look. Yeah, and so we're going to try that, or we're going to do it that way. And this is going to be red on the inside. And I tested with the light as well. This still shows up mostly orange, and this is still mostly white because you have it coming through here, and it doesn't really affect the light output too much either. So yeah, just want to get everything clean before you go messing with your...
What are you spraying away?
Goo Gone.
Goo Gone, our old friend.
Definitely not what you're supposed to use it for, but it's become my like waterless cleaner because I don't have any of the real stuff. But and it's kind of a waste because it's not that cheap. But anyways. Yeah, so other things you're going to want to do, if you've never used knifless tape before, you need like a run up to it. So you don't want to like, you can't start on the edge. You'll see when we're laying it down. So you want to clean the area surrounding the light as well. So the way the knifless tape works for everyone is basically there's a little filament in here, wire, and you lay that down on your pattern. I did it when I did the sports stripe. And that's why, like, if you look here, this is my first time using it. I only had enough vinyl to try it once. I definitely want to redo it, and this is probably not staying forever, but it's covering up a bit of damage. I was able to follow this body line, do it tasty enough. There is a few wiggles in it, but you learn kind of from using it. This didn't come out great, but anyways. But yeah, so like, I laid this down, and then you put the vinyl on completely. Like, you just get your square black. You put it on, and then you can rip the tape up through it, and that's what cuts it. That's your knife, basically.
That's not a knife.
This isn't. Yeah. So remember when I did these on my Integra, I had the JDM Type R, so they have the orange on the taillights, and I know the USDM ones were all red, and I always thought they looked way nicer. So I decided to replicate them by doing that, but like I used a knife on it, and it was fine. But like when I took it off, then you could see I'd like scratches, because it kind of had that like indentation. Like it was like another separate part, so I was able to follow up, but definitely wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't recommend.
This stuff looks good.
Yeah. So it's about $40 for that roll, 50 meters. So
design ones.
Yeah, it's 3M. I was looking at cheaper ones, but everyone was saying just get the right one. Yeah. So what I was saying earlier is though you want to have a good runoff on it, and you want it to be a good sticky runoff. So So yeah, you want to leave enough for runoff. Yeah, you want to leave enough for runoff. And you want to try and avoid touching it too much because you will get rid of the stickiness. Don't know if the gloves are making it any better, but I take them off. But I'm trying to follow this line so you can see through it. And when you're doing it, you kind of want it, so you don't get all jaggedy, jumpy lines all over the place. The like longer of a lead you give yourself, you can get a perfectly straight line. It's like doing a string alignment or whatever. If you pull on nice strong, it will be straight, and then you don't have to worry about it. So I'm pretty much on that line now. This is quite a sharp bend. I know this from doing it before. This is not an easy line to get, but it's quite a sharp bend. But I like to kind of stay along on it still and just do little turns to try and get a nice radius. It's really going to be probably impossible to see on the camera, but it's not. This is not an easy line. Sorry that I can't see now. Yeah, but yeah, not easy. But I do want to try and get it close to perfect this time. I just kind of half-assed it last time because I knew it wasn't staying. But it's gonna be one of those things they're gonna look at if you know what's wrong. Heat gun might not have been a bad idea, but I don't have it with me. But that's not too bad now. And this line is a lot easier. It's a much gentler radius. So just you can see the tape gets bunched up a bit there. It's probably not going to be the cleanest cut, but not going to be something that's super visible to like the naked eye. Yeah, so I've gone down a little bit too far there, but yeah, and then you just, I mean, this is, you know, you don't need to follow lines. You can, this is the cool thing about the knifeless tape. You could do whatever, you know, design you want, but anything with graphics, it's always nice to try and play into something OEM so it doesn't look completely out of place. And then you can just kind of go, oh, that's different. So yeah, once you're on the straight bits, then like I said, just pull it nice and tight and pinch it down at the end, and then you can get it all. Yeah, and you don't want to be, you want to give yourself, you know, a couple of inches of lead, and then we're pretty much a straight line there, and that's it. And then this is what I was talking about. So you want to give yourself plenty of time to start the cut, because you're going to want to start on one of these, so try and get both of them in case the one you were planning on fails. Just give yourself plenty of lead, and then you can actually break it with your hand. That's what they say to do on the packet.
You don't even need a knife.
You don't even need a knife. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, so that's the line that your vinyl is going to take. So we got the line laid down, and then this is the vinyl that we're going to be using, and it's Vivid. I forget exactly what it is, but I'll link it in the description. And yeah, I think this is probably going to, what do you think, is that the best way to probably do it? You cut that and then you have a bit of excess, because you want to kind of, like I was saying about with the line, with the knife, you also want to have your vinyl, you don't want your vinyl to start on the edge. So this mistake I made the first time is like, you think, oh yeah, like I can just run it up to this, but the problem you're going to have is when this tape starts to pull, you're going to be starting it, and that's how your tape breaks, and it happens to a lot of people. So it's a lot easier if it needs to start on a real like bit of the bodywork. Yeah, I mean, you could even move this line over to give myself more room. I think I'll just do it that way, because I tried to do it this way. I was going to try one tinted black, and I tried doing that, and I just had enough to go to there, and the knifeless tape just wouldn't work, it just broke, because there's just too much for it to try and pull. It needs to be taut. So when it's stuck on, it's taut. It won't work on the like loose vinyl, because the tape is pretty brittle, so you break it with your hand. So it's definitely one of those things you can definitely waste, you know, vinyl with it. So you definitely want to go a bit bigger than what you need. We've got our piece cut up. We used our tape from our knife. Our knife from our tape. So this is actually, it's definitely darker than what we tried out. That's not a million miles off. It's a bit darker than what it is, but I'd rather it be darker than lighter. The tried one we did was lighter. Oh, I definitely messed that up a bit. Should probably leave it on the paper for longer, but and you don't actually probably want to do what I've just done there too much, because you do want to be able to get the tape out from under it. There's a bit of that. And then this is the kind of the other part then that you need to do is, so you get this. You want to take the green filament or tape stuff off, so that you can expose the wire filament. Oh, that's the right word, but just the wire thing. So you want to give yourself a bit of that, and then you can actually separate the tape from the wire. All right. And you can get that out of your way. And you want to try and, like I was saying, you want to get your cut started before the edge of the tail light. So hopefully we can start it here without it breaking. You kind of want to put pressure on everything, and then this is like, you know, this is like all your work is undone if this breaks. So it can be a bit of a tense moment. Starting to cut through something anyways. It's coming out a bit weird. Not really sure why that is. It's not going as well as last time. There's something wrong. It's like it's taking the tape off it. Last time it like cut the tape. The green tape. I don't know if this is going to come out right. It looks really rough. Oh, that's a bitch. That ain't gonna. Oh, all that.
Maybe don't scrunch up the thing if you get it wrong. Because if I want to do my one, more portions of it.
True, yeah.
I just rectified that one.
Because while we repair it, like heat would actually probably bring that back. But yeah, you're right.
Because even if you wanted to touch up small parts of it as well.
That's true. That's the right way of doing it. A lot less air in it this time.
A lot easier to control it smaller as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. But even on the paper for long, yeah, you have much less, so like, and you have way less chance of getting dust on it. It's like exposed for way less time. If you take it all off, you move it, you're just attracting dust. This will hopefully give us a good, better thing to start the cut this time. We learned from the last time as well. You know, if we mess up the start, we'll just cut that tape, and we'll likely have a few chances. You know, if it doesn't come out right.
Yeah.
I think that might be you need to make sure it is cut in both. Give that a whirl. The mistake I made is that this needs to actually start cutting through this. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's doing it this time, but
Is it cutting the tape or is it lifting it?
Still not cutting it. Still fucking lifting it. No, really no. Like it's nothing to do with the vinyl. Do you know, it happened before on both occasions.
It's the knifless tape.
Yeah, but like I hadn't had a problem with it before. It did just cut through this, but it doesn't seem to be cutting through. I don't know if it's colder or maybe that much of a difference. Anyway, I can save this now. I suppose I could try doing it from this side. Try doing it from there. I think that's just going to fail again. I don't give myself much room here, but. So the knifless tape was absolutely shite. We tried it a good few times, and it kept peeling off the back tape, which would just make the cut really rough. We tried a bunch of stuff. We tried CAD, cardboard aided design, and we tried a bunch of shit. This one worked, so we got one done. What we're doing now is we're going to heat this up and kind of rub. So the knifless tape is still on there. We're going to try and rub the shape of it into the vinyl. Then we'll take the vinyl off, put it back on the backing paper, and then it's hard to do because you're just looking at like the shine and stuff. You don't get like a line that's drawn into it, but we were able to cut it to a pretty good shape. And hopefully we can do that again, but it wasn't good enough to just do the image template. If you did that perfectly the first time, you can just say, oh yeah, let's just do an exact copy of it, but we want to give it a try and see can we make it better when we have enough vinyl to do another one of those if we want to. But probably not today. I said we'd be sick of it. Yeah, we had the vinyl on the car, and then we etched it in, like we ran our finger around the little thing along, so you can see you have the shape of it here. So that's the only thing really the knifless tape is good for right now, is like giving you something to trace over. Yeah, so then what I did last time, so you have to go in the middle of that then, because that's where your knife was, and that's where I used like the existing line on the taillight. And I'm going to be a bit braver this time, because if you get it slightly off, it's really hard to correct it. So
You're going to take it off the tape?
I'm going to take off the tape, yeah. So
do you need a knife?
Got one right here. Just doesn't cut anything. Knifless. It really is knifless.
Yeah, it's really
yeah. we got done with the custom tail lights. We tried doing some fake lights, but we decided the fake lights were kind of whack, so Alan's going to have some beauty shots.
You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Redemption never came.
Pretty gnarly now.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. Smash it. Yeah. And I have LED number lights on.
Yeah, it's gonna make the 69 popper as well.
Chat to you later, the shower of.
Redemption never